We've run over 1,000 simulations. It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
Let's talk about that $3 meal deal. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins getting some backlash over her comments about the cost of a nutritional meal during a NewsNation interview. Joining me now is NewsNation media contributor Steve Krakauer. Steve, it's always good to have you. You know, I was watching those remarks live, actually, when she said them with our own Connell McShane just last week. And I thought, well, that certainly leaves something to be desired in terms of a meal. What did you make of the comments? And did she seem out of touch, you think, with what most American families are feeling at home?
Yeah, you think about it. I've seen that clip now. Between just scrolling on my X feed hundreds of times, it has gone mega viral. And you think about why that is. Sometimes you ask a normal question like Connell did here on NewsNation, and you get an answer that you don't expect. And I will say, if we just break it down, there's a couple components of that. First of all, we've run over 1,000 simulations. Is just this idea that there's some sort of like AI digital generation when people are talking about pocketbook issues, when people are it's the most tangible thing. That's a little bit odd. And then also the end of it, one other thing. A lot of questions about this mystery one other thing, what that is, along with the corn tortilla and the there you go. Yeah, the mystery item. Right.
Well, did you see Wall Street Journal do it? You know, they did it this weekend. They sent out reporters to 2 cities. They found the $3 meal, and they made the one other thing a cheese cube. They said, we found it. It'll just leave you hungry.
Got it. Okay, so we figured out what the one other thing is. Yeah, so you've got this butted end of the top and the bottom that makes it a really viral moment. But I think the point is it also speaks to an issue that is extremely important to people. And obviously, Secretary Rollins is trying to make the point about what this administration has done for the price of food, trying to deal with the inflation that they inherited from the previous administration, and they've made real efforts on it. But when you frame it this way, this is I think what's such a problem, not just with this administration, but with politicians on both sides of the aisle in general. Oftentimes, when they're trying to sell something to the public, they're trying to tell us the public, oh no, what you feel is not the way it actually is. And that's just not something that people want to hear. You look at polling, people are not feeling the effect of this as much as obviously this administration would like them to be. And then you get answers like this that feel sort of detached. And that's, I think, why this really resonated with people is, sure, maybe you've lowered prices, and that's great, and you could speak to that. But you want to also acknowledge that people are still hurting, that there's still real issues that people have economically that is not really coming across in an answer like that.
Yeah, I mean, that snippet has just gone gangbusters online. Then you've got former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg's husband. He posted on social media saying, private jets and tax breaks for the rich and a piece of broccoli for you. I mean, how should the White House properly address the issue of affordability, especially heading into a midterm year with a lot of people wanting to feel like there's real change?
Yes. Pizza, broccoli, and a tortilla, as Chasten pointed out there. So you've got the tortilla. No, there was a video I saw that was posted by the White House looking at gas prices, for example. And gas prices, unlike some of the other sort of grocery store prices, has really taken a huge decline, and that has obviously is something that the president wants to draw attention to. They put this really kind of snappy video together showing the actual gas prices that are in certain states and talking to that. So I think you base it in reality, you base it in.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.